What's up, everybody? It's another episode of King's Table. We're back. We're gonna start from right to left, make our way around, give you the introduction. By now, you should know it's B Holy,
and it's your boy, Rock Solid, Big Rob,
Big Nick,
and your boy E Mac, Young Rick. Don Rick DeMarco, he couldn't be here today, so whatever, Rick, we're gonna hold it down for you.
Salute.
Fellas, how was the week?
It's a good week.
Yeah.
good week for me at least. How about y'all?
Saturday, my B-Day, you know.
Hey.
621. Like a
I'm old enough to drink, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You got plans? What's up? I know you're going out of the country.
No.
Yeah.
No trips, man.
Okay.
Just relaxation.
So you done enough trips this year, huh?
Anyway.
Yeah.
He done a trip all
another
of us.
car?
Anyway. These guys, man.
You know how they do it.
So everybody else week. Good?
I'm tired.
It's a long week and it's only the halfway point, baby.
Man, we got Nick with us, man.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah,
so last week, man, like, hey, we had a real good discussion.
Yeah.
Our last time, man, episode 3, man. So I'm looking forward to this one in particular because we're gonna be talking about something that's near and dear to all of our hearts.
Hip hop.
It's hip hop.
Good old hip hop.
Hip.
Hop. Hip hop. So we're gonna start off with the first topic.
Yeah.
When did you fall in love with hip hop?
That's a good question.
A really good question.
Let's start here.
Start here.
Let's start there.
Man, I fell in love with hip hop. I would say it was around like 86, 87, man. My brother was a DJ. And, just him just bringing records in the house. So everything from, Run DMC's My Adidas to Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full. I heard those and I was blown away.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You pretty much can say I was born into it. My brother would go to work. I'm sneaking in there on the techniques.
Yeah,
And just
my brother
getting
did the
busy.
same thing.
And this is the story's not long at all. But I just remember one time he came home from work and him and his boy they caught me in there, but he couldn't front. He couldn't front on me because I had an acapella and I had an instrumental playing and it was synced up perfectly. And that's when he found out I could mix. And I promise I was like maybe 8, 7, I was maybe 8 years old. So yeah, man. Just from there, man, I just going through the whole phases of the music, and I went from dancing to rapping, from rapping to producing.
You used to dance?
Yeah, like straight up.
Give a little bit of that there.
Nah, not today. Not today, man. No, I was more so like your parents be like, yo, like they got the family over, whatever. They call you to the front. And I was like, yo, there wasn't no shame in my game. I got busy.
Do that dance, June Bud. Do that dance.
I had, man, we had dance crews and the whole nine, man. So
Ain't no shame in your game.
none of that, bro. None of that. It's down. I'm grown now. I'm an adult, so I got a mean 2-step though.
That's what that is.
But yeah, man, like I said, 85, 86. That's when I just fell in love with that thing. So that's good.
Nick?
I don't know. When I was young, my sister is about 8 years older than me, so she was big on it, and she would write all the rhymes down, and so that she could recite them properly.
Man.
She had notepads full of it, and I thought it was crazy. But I think was it Doggy Style? Was it Snoop? It was a Snoop. At first, I was caught up on his album cover. And then I was just like, all those puppets. And then rolling down the street, smoking in dope, sipping on gin juice. Money, and my money on that line alone got me clear.
In your mind ever since.
Ever since, bro. That was it for me, man. So that was it.
That's what's up.
Alright, well, for me, early 90s. I'm the baby of the group, so early 90s. I had two older brothers, one 8 years older than me, the other one 9 years, so they was heavy into music in general, especially my oldest brother, as far as music. But I remember, like, what I would do was I had this crazy imagination. Like my family still talk about it. Like so I would like just say Bone. That was a little later, but like Bone, I would walk around and tell stories as if I was with them, like I was part of the group. You know what I'm saying? So I would do that, and be like, and I would really be, and then like, it was to the point where they'd be like, "Well, dang, where was you at?" Just like, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's how much I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was probably like 12 or 13, my brother had this little recorder thing, and we played a beat from the stereo, and I remember pushing the button. We didn't even have a mic. And I recorded 2 songs on that mug. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like just 2 songs. I couldn't even tell you what them songs were. Right. I don't know where they at because the little tape thing, ain't no telling where that thing at. Yeah, but I remember recording 2 songs and from then I was like, I'm a rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rap. You know. So, but yeah, it's definitely early. Now I can't really remember a particular song or group that they just really got me on, but I just remember just always being in love with music. When music come on, just the feeling, you know what I'm saying, and just really being attached to it. Your boy!
Man, I can remember as early as just, I don't know how little I was. I know I was little. Almost just coming out of Pampers, I guess. I remember my father playing Cold Crush tapes, Busy Bee tapes, taking me out there in the projects, watching the guys set up a DJ and the MCs rhyme. Mind you, I'm from Brooklyn, born at 1980, so I seen a lot of the early, and I'm just like, oh, this is dope. Remember that toy we used to have? That when you spin around, you put it on the cow, you pull the string. That's what made me want to be a DJ. I would get that, and you know the cow says, and I would just play
I remember doing it.
And just from like I said before the actual Run DMC and all that, I just remember like like I said the Fantastic Five, Furious Five, and just the early groups, because my father would just walk around. My father was the guy with the box, walk around like this, me and the hip on his shoulder. But that was almost everybody out there. So it was just like, hip hop was just everywhere I went. You know what I'm saying? Graffiti, dancing, all that you said. I tried my hand at a little bit of everything. I tagged on subways. I done got that on the linoleum, on the cement. Like I said, tried my hand at rapping, DJing, but almost everybody would be trying to rap. Like not like nowadays where everybody be trying to really get on and make it. It was just, I can do it too. It was enough for me to come out my building and see cats in the hallway or downstairs. And either you reciting somebody else's rhymes or trying your own rhymes. I fell in love with it from the beginning. It was like the first music I heard as a child. It was hip hop.
Dude, that's wild, man. Especially coming up in New York, man. Like you really getting like the full essence of it. You know what I'm saying? Of hip hop, man.
By the time Run DMC came out, I knew what it was. I knew exactly what it was, and I was just like, "This is dope. This is super dope."
That's wild. I think mine was. And the funny thing is, like in East Texas, like small decal, right? My older cousin Anthony, man. He's the one that I'm talking about bass and all that kind of stuff. He's the one that got me on that. I still remember like hearing like LL Cool J, Bad, I'm Bad, and JJ Fast, Supersonic. I still remember hearing that like for the first time, man. And really, Supersonic had me entranced with how old girl was like, you know, when she sped up her rhyme. I'm just like, dang. And I remember saying to myself, that's a girl doing that. But LL Cool J, I'm Bad, man, like that. I think that was what really hit me, man. Just from the intro, that beat, the feel of that song, man. I'm talking about, I still love that song to this day, bro. Like,
so that's why you lift weights all the time.
Man, look, you put on Bad on, I'm ready to go do some of everything. I'm serious, man. But yeah, man, that was my first like introduction into hip hop, and just kind of, you know, I think also just being introduced to it by my older cousin, you just kind of get that big brother, older cousin feel, like showing you something, man. So you see kind of like how hip hop really does like bridge gaps and stuff like that, man. But
and it's amazing too, like just kind of listen to everybody. Everybody was put on by an older sibling or parent.
Right.
But it's just one of those things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like, okay, you kind of at that, or even if it's not direct,
Right.
it could be just because they're playing it and you in the car or you in the house, you know what I'm saying? And I just, music in general, man, like you sit and think about it, like it's so universal.
Yeah.
Right.
And no matter what, music has to be in place. Like you can't think of one thing really that any type of entertainment, anything like that music is not a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that feeling, man, it's just when you go places and you see people just anywhere,
Right.
and music come on, it's like people can bring people together instantly.
It's that rhythm.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Even though everybody don't got rhythm.
true. People like the rhythm.
Yeah.
It's sound because you go to other countries, they don't even know how to speak our language, or you can hear a song in a native tongue and be like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Man, have y'all seen that video where Migos is in Africa? And oh, dude, I mean, that mud, it's like the AHC packed out. And they in that mud, bad and bougie. I mean, word for word.
That's what I'm saying.
And they don't even speak English.
That's the power of music. I seen somebody, I forgot who was performing, but they was somewhere, China, Japan, one of them kind of spots, and like you said, massive crowd, and they was word for word.
Yeah.
And,
So, go ahead.
But that's kind of what I love about hip hop itself. It became a culture within a culture within a culture from a group of people that really hadn't had an identity.
Right.
So, you know, through the 70s, they had that culture. And, you know, even before then, they had the blues culture. And then, you know, when we've constantly been trying to gain and solidify our own cultures over time. And hip hop was one of the only things, well, it wasn't. But because of hip hop and the time that it came out, became one of the only things where our culture became global. And it wasn't just stuck to our neighborhoods and our cities and all of that other stuff. Because before, you know, and that's just because media changed, everything else, the way we communicated changed, and everything else changed. But hip hop became one of those things where we could authentically say this was ours.
This was ours.
Right.
We started this.
And then when we started it, look where it went.
Right.
Where a
touched
whole bunch of other
everybody.
people thought it was just gonna be another phase.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they called it the new disco.
Right.
And then they kind of go with what you say, like, you know, the culture being ours. It's the very thing that could, for the most part, I ain't gonna say silence racism, but for that moment, you know what I'm saying? You in the room, I'm in the room.
It can pause it.
It can pause it. You know what I'm saying? It can pause it and just say, yo, we just all here to have a good
Because
time.
I know rednecks that are halfway clan members, but they know certain rap songs. And they will offbeat dance with a woman to that same song.
It's just like you said, depending on the song, they know.
They will engage it. And my deal is, so like you said, you know, racism exists, but there was a pause button.
And another thing about hip hop is, like you said, the blues, the jazz, or country, or any other genre, we are just a gumbo. Hip hop is just, you could take, from a producer aspect, take a sound from a country or a snippet from that, a snippet from some tribal African, something from some Asian land, something from here, and come to one record and then be hip hop. And then that way, everybody that, he got that from such and such. He got that from, you gonna bring everybody together, man.
And so I got a
And I think
question.
that come from our essence, from where we really come from.
Right. So I got a question. So how do y'all feel about that though? More so to what you were saying about how it pauses racism for a moment. Because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna let y'all answer, but for me personally, like I'm gonna be honest. Like it's cool, but I'm gonna be honest. Like sometimes I have an issue with it. You know what I'm saying?
What's your issue?
I think my issue is sometimes is that because it is ours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like we don't have. That's the one thing I feel like we do have. That's like we were saying. That's true to us. And it's kind of like certain other cultures. You know what I'm saying? Come in and it's like they they're dabbling in ours and enjoying it, but then so it really go back to the saying, everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, at the same time, when everybody's together, it's not that I'm looking at it like, oh, nah, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I don't like it for the standpoint of, you know, you listen to, but you don't like us.
Right. Well, from a businessman's perspective, I used to hate that as it pertained to the 90s because it seemed like everybody was enjoying it, but we weren't fully winning off of it.
We still aren't.
Yeah, that's because
when things became more independent through YouTube and you could get your own distribution and a lot of things could happen in that way, then individuals could go out and not need a deal.
Yeah.
And because the people that were giving you the deal were the ones that were raping you from what was essentially yours.
Right, yeah.
And my heart breaks because it was when hip hop was more true to what it was too.
Right.
So during that season, you were getting raped. It's almost like slavery. And through that season, you were getting raped, so that newcomers, even though that they're not as true to the essence, are getting to benefit from it. Right. So our ancestors went through things that we didn't have to go through, so that we could benefit from them being beaten, raped. Y'all don't want to go that deep, but etc.
I understand what you're saying because it sounds like people can like, well, let me go ahead and let me jump in for a little while, and then when I get uncomfortable, I'm gonna come out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that's, unfortunately, I just think that's been everything about being black. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head.
And I think that once we make something cool or get to a certain plateau of being so big, they can never take it away from us. They can enjoy it, but you know how they would normally take some away. Hip hop just became so big. How can they not enjoy it, or how it's just everywhere?
Right. Yes and no.
Go ahead.
Yes and no. Because I think the way that they take it from us is by still continuing to limit our education. And because my deal is, there's people, that's why I love Jay's album, because it spoke so much truth. So many people still taking deals, and the deal doesn't even benefit you anymore. You just getting a deal to get a stripe. Like,
but true indeed, for those that didn't work on their social media buzz, almost like the NWA thing. I'm flat broke. I got bars. To me, I think I got bars. Here you come, Mr. Raping You Records. Well, I can give you 10 stacks. Right, we got some. Right now.
Yeah.
Come on.
People just look at it because it's easier to have a machine behind you to go ahead and get out there. And then, when you get to that point,
they don't want to put that grind.
Go ahead and pull yourself out because, you know, I'll say people need to start letting the machine using the machine instead of letting the machine use them. Allow the machine to help you create whatever fan base, buzz, whatever it is you need to create, fulfill whatever it is that you got, and then...
And I'm going to say this too, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this too, and I'm speaking to everybody on this. Black people, get back out and start supporting. I mean, if you don't like the gangster rapper, whatever, fine, support good music. Because ironically, although we're talking about this, white people, other races, are who are buying the albums.
And not only that, the merch,
everything. You know what I'm saying?
And then that's when you get mad that you're a dancing monkey too, though.
Exactly.
That, but not only white people.
What y'all say? All of
but females.
True.
If you could come out as far, I know we talk about hip hop. R&B's a whole other thing, but the hip hop, I guess, ladies' men or whatever you call it, they win. The females gonna buy everything you just said, the merch, that physical copy, the screen, they definitely did the concert.
And you know, I think that's the beauty of, you know, growing up in the South and like on the West Coast as well, because those are the two homes of being independent. You know what I'm saying? I think for like you said, the older artists, even those guys entered the game, but they wasn't thinking ownership. You know what I'm saying?
You can count on one hand how many people went ownership.
Yeah, exactly. So you have, you know, your E40s, your Too Shorts, your Master P's, these guys who said, yo, I'm gonna pop the trunk, I'm gonna do my thing and get hot with or without a major. Now you have guys, artists from the East Coast who are like, yo, how them dudes selling 10,000 units independently on the
Exactly.
trunk? That's because they can't go outside and see a
And
Universal.
I was just gonna say
you
that
know what I'm saying?
on the East Coast, you can go outside and shop your deal.
Right.
You can walk and you can just
Exactly.
I'm gonna
And
take
on
3
top of
hours
that,
on my day and shop again, shop again,
Yeah.
shop again.
Yeah, and
Out here, if
and
you ain't got that, you gotta
Yeah,
be
exactly.
resourceful.
And so to add with that, even from a consumer standpoint in the East Coast, they probably looking at you like you. Let's say you're an artist, and I'm in the the field to buy some music or whatever, and I'm like, yo, let me see your joint. Oh, you ain't with such and such. Like they
Yeah,
would,
get out of here.
yeah. But in the South or on the West Coast, it was just a bit different. It was just more so like, yo, my man, I see you doing something. Let me rock with you. And you saw like the Jim Joneses and all of those guys get the game from the guys from the South and from the West Coast because they was like, yo, it's a way to eat without having no machine behind me at all.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg talks about that all the time. You know, it was a funny hookup, but until he got with P, he was like, I didn't know the game.
Right.
I didn't know the game, and P not only, did good by me, he taught me the game.
Yeah.
He didn't just leave me out there and then just hustle me. He taught me the game. So, and he was in the game for I don't know how long before P ever picked him up.
What a classic album.
Yeah.
So we really, AKA Death Row. So I got another question, fellas. So what are y'all most memorable moments of hip hop? Like, what is something that's gonna always stick with you? And it could be recent, it don't have to be old, you know what I'm saying?
Me, I'm just gonna keep it funky. The first time I seen the guy get on them damn turntables, it just said that's what, like I said, that's what maybe I DJ just for the love of it. Like most guys that play video games, I just play music. I just get a passion out of it. But that right there, that was just, and I don't know his name. This is just a guy in my projects that was just doing his thing. But seeing him, one of the first times that I went out there and seen him, and it just was like a light switch went off. It was like, yo, and like as I'm telling you this, I got his face. I don't know his name, but I got his face. I remember his equipment. I remember the color of the stench cord coming. I just remember everything. I will never forget that moment.
I know
Ever.
mine is personal. It's more personal.
Mine too.
And the reason I said I just remember being in college and I was rapping, you know what I'm saying? So it was to a point where I would do events and everybody would know my songs and lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
Great feeling.
Right. But I think on that, the only thing that topped it, and that's why I say the biggest moment for me was I remember when I dropped my first album. Right. And I'm in my apartment in school, and that mother was like a trap house. Like people was knocking on the door, coming in, and it blew my mind that all these people cared to hear what I wanted, what I had to say.
Right,
You know, or even if not that, off the strength of just supporting me. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was like the biggest moment ever for me. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, a lot of people don't even get to experience that. A lot of artists don't get to experience that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just by you breaking that much of ground, you know what I'm saying? You could go to your grave like just saying like, yo, man, I done something.
Yeah.
I really done something. So yeah, that's good stuff. Nick?
I don't know, man. Like them, this is more of a personal thing, man. And y'all know me, man. I'm more business than anything else. I think in twofold. The first time somebody gave me a real check for rapping, I was like, I like this. I like it a lot. And I don't know. It was that, and like you said, I think I did this one show at this place in Plano. At this place in Plano, and there was it was like a conference, like a youth conference or something, and there was 600 kids, and they were going crazy, and when 50 of them bum rushed the stage, and everybody was dancing, and it was in my first year and a half of rapping. I think I was just like, oh, this is the turn up right here. This is it. Yeah. And then everybody got disciplined for doing that. But I was just like, this gives you a voice.
Yeah.
This gives you a voice. And I ain't saying that I didn't have a voice before. This gives me a voice to the masses versus just to a small group.
Yeah.
And for somebody like me, I don't know. I don't think I ever really had a voice to the masses like that before. So that was it.
That's what's up, man. Man, for me, man, I two moments, man. First moment, man, I just remember my now mind you, I'm the youngest of three, so I knew it was serious when my brother and my sister's friends started coming to the house to look for me. Because I could beatbox my butt off, you know what I'm saying? And so my brother DJ, and he had friends who wanted to rap, and well, when he wasn't there, they still needed a beat. And so I would beatbox, and I remember one time they entered me into this the Ronald McDonald talent show, you know what I mean? And bro, I was like maybe 8, and just bodied it, like just, you know, I'm beatboxing, and dude, he was rapping, but when we got done, of course, you know, he was like, yo, who's Lil Man? Yeah. The dude who was rapping, he was like 16, 17. You know, yo, who's little dude right there? You know what I'm saying? And I got a certificate and picture with Ronald McDonald and all that. So it was crazy, man. But that let me know, like yo, man, like you young, but you got something.
And it's stemming from hip hop.
Stemming from hip hop, you know. So that's his moment number one. Moment number two, same thing like my man here, man. I just remember, year 2000, September 29th, just dropping my first album. Pushed 10,000 independent out the trunk, man. And I just had that moment, man. I was just in my hood, and me and my partners, we was like, yo, we're gonna go to Walmart real quick, this and that. Go to Walmart. On the way back, they play my joint on the radio. So by the time I pull back up into to my neighborhood, like the whole hood is outside. Everybody's outside, and I'm talking car doors open. It was cats be like, yo, we made a movie. No, it was a movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a movie, man. And then it went on, like, that's when they did like the Saturday Night Battle. So I was going up against a major artist at that time, and then I won for like 9 weeks straight. And they ended up like retiring the record off the radio, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just having that album out, man, that was everything, man. I was like, what, 19, 20 years old? Yeah.
That's crazy. I think, I have two as well, and it kind of almost falls in line with the first one. You fall in love with hip hop. I remember being in Richardson on Spring Valley and Cordy. And this is at night. I remember being at the light on the radio. They was playing. This was when LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee was battling, and I'll never forget they played Kool Moe Dee "Let's Go." And Kool Moe Dee just had this line where he was using the LLs and LL Cool J name, like lady, loving, lazy, lack. He just going out, just like, ooh. I was like 7, 8 years old, something like that, and I just remember just like, man, like what is, like this is so dope. The second one, I never forget. We was coming home from a basketball game. We was in the back of the school, the back of the bus. We must have won that game because everybody was in a good mood. And they back there just rapping and freestyling. You know what I'm saying? This is UGK when UGK came on the scene and all that kind of stuff. So they just back there going. And in my mind, like for whatever reason, I'm just like formulating this rhyme. I'm listening to them and I'm just like, the words just coming.
Right.
And like, go ahead and spit some beat. They used to call me Beat Stein. Go ahead and spit some Beat Stein. And I just spit.
Yeah.
I don't know how many bars it was, but it was just flowing. And they was like, oh snap! And from that day, I'm like, man, beat can go. Yeah. So those were my moments where I'm just like, but the funny thing is that I look at what we've all done now.
Yeah. I
wasn't even like thinking like that though. You know what I'm saying? It's like you in high school. Yeah. You just doing whatever. Like I remember my first time recording at my homeboy's house. Right. Not thinking anything serious about it, or not even really thinking I got a talent for it. It just came. You know what I'm saying? So those moments, man, I'm just like, wow, you know.
That's the truth though, like just thinking like, okay, I'm rapping. And you hear it,
right?
Maybe one other person, but you still kind of, especially when you're young, like, you know what I'm saying?
I was the total opposite. I was like, nigga, I know I'm nice.
See, that's something I didn't know. I'm telling you, I didn't know.
I did, bro. I just remember I remember being in the 6th grade, man. And it was like the first week of school. Football game on Friday night. Bro, I think I told you about this, man. I battled this dude named Gerard Bell. Rest in peace, man. Bell was like a sophomore in high school. You know what I'm saying? I remember in the 6th grade. Bro, I went toe to toe with this cat, man. And y'all know in Ennis, it's a football town. So game is popping. Everybody's attention is there. Bro, I look up and it's at least 150, 200 people around. People are like standing on, cause like, so you know you have the bleachers, right? We battled behind the bleachers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you got people who's supposed to be watching there, they looking over and they listening.
Trying to see what's going on.
Trying to see what's going on.
That's
And
wild.
again, man, just being the young boy, it was like the next day, I went back to school, like, yo, you know, you just gotta walk.
Swag was different.
But here's why, because Gerard was that dude.
Yeah.
He was that guy. Mind you, he was one of the dudes who was from the South, but he loved, all he listened to was East Coast. Wu-Tang was his favorite group.
Wow.
So I'm up against a guy like this, you know what I'm saying? You ask my OG till this day, like, man, like, he'll tell you, bro, like, man, that was a moment. And when I touched down in that city, yo, you remember when you battled Gerard, like, it was just a moment, man. But just to look up and to see, like, nobody was even focused on the game at all. I'm telling you, you talk about a good 100, 150 people watching. Now, those are the people who just looking up and looking over. That's not including the people who was just around us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and man, I just, again, like, that just let me know, like, yo, bro, you, regardless if you make it or not, say, man, you got a talent. And that I just knew, you know how some people, they go through life and they're like, yo, man, God got something for me, I just don't know what it is, or he got something for me to do.
Right.
Yeah, everybody got a gift, all the little kind of, you know, cliches or whatever, but throughout my whole life, even now, man, and I'm 36 years old, I can lay down, if God was to take me right now, man, I would know that, yo, I found the thing that I love, that I actually love, man. And y'all, I've had conversations with y'all. Yo, bro, look at my arm. The goosebumps are standing up. No, like, real talk, man. It's a high. It's a high, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just love it, man.
And that's what I was about to say too, man. I think it's just dope, cause that's the reason for this video cast in general, because this is what we do all the time. We have these conversations, you know what I'm saying? But about how we first fell in love, this is the first that we hearing y'all stories about how you first fell in love. So that's something new to even grasp, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, this is like, it doesn't matter what we talk about in our group chat, our personal group chat, you know what I'm saying? But it's always hip hop. It always gonna lead to hip hop. Somehow it's gonna you know, so
make its way.
Hip hop is here. It's been, you know, it's a pretty much, we can say a foundation. You know what I'm saying, for a lot of us. So where do y'all want to see it go from here, though? You know, like, where do y'all want to see hip hop? Where do you want? Okay, that's for the next upcoming generation, not the ones that's already here now. I'm talking about
Not the ones on the freshman exit.
not them. I'm saying, like, when we are 60, 70 years old and we kicking back, and you know, the youth, and you know, who's ever running the game then, like, what do you want to see then?
I'm saying, I hope the culture in the next 30, 40, 50 years matures. My dear, all of these things that you see as an issue within our communities, come up with ways to address those issues.
Right.
Don't just allow those issues to lie there because you can make money off of them.
Right.
Because now the dope boys are given the image that you want, that backs the content that's within you. Because all it is a loop. But to be honest with you, they don't even realize how much they playing themselves, man.
Hey, then, real quick, have y'all seen the recent 21 Savage? His Breakfast Club. And they asked him, they was like, how are you, like, not depressed and all that, with all the deaths and stuff like that you had. And then they asked him about his music. They was like, well, wouldn't that make you want to change your music? And he straight up said, was like, well, I mean, I'm here, I'm talking to you because I talk about ignorant stuff, and that's what's acceptable. Yep. And he just straight up said it. He was like, that's why I'm here. He was like, and what he was saying was almost like, that's not really what I care to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it because that gives me the platform to sit here and talk to you right now.
But they were saying that same thing 10 years ago. They were saying that same thing 20 years ago. If you look at interviews back,
no, you're right. That's what I'm saying. That's the
they was like, y'all don't want to hear good music. Y'all want to hear about us shooting and killing us. I remember interviews in the 90s, late 90s, saying the same stuff.
Remember when Jay said,
I really want to rap like Common.
Yeah. It's Damien, like, I mean, if you go back to the question, opposed to where we want to see it going, we really need to be on some, like, where does it need to get back to? You know,
But I want it to go forward.
But what I'm saying is because the reason why I say that is because when there was a time when everything was winning. You know what I'm saying? You had your conscious rap. You had just it was like a buffet. You know what I'm saying? But all of it was winning.
I guess my personal preference is always to see like true like individuality. It really hurts me to hear so many people sounding alike, looking alike. You know what I'm saying? Like I think back to like the 90s, even early 2000s. Even though you had a lot of people that may have been dressing the same, because I mean that's just a part of the culture, right? I mean you gonna rock whatever's popular, but the artists sounded different.
But not to cut you off, I don't want you to get it. But now that I'm sitting here and think about it, they did dress different. And that's like
depending on where you were from. You know what I'm saying?
But even think about let's go Cash Money to No Limit. Cash Money always wore white tee and Jabos and Reeboks. You know what I'm saying? No Limit would wear the difference. The camouflage. So everybody was still kind of different.
And I'm saying like folks still got into the whole like Versace thing and stuff like that. So I'm thinking more so along those lines.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I mean it was distinctive though. East Coast had the big jackets, you know what I'm saying? Bubble jackets, Nautica, Tommy, whatever, with the baggy jeans and the Timbs.
Yeah.
You go to the West Coast, you know what you're gonna see. Yeah. Dickies, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. It's straight gangster. Yeah. The South, we just wore whatever we wore. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it was. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know, I just want to see individuality. I still want to hear music that's like saying something.
That's what I was going to say. I want to just be able to understand. Right now, I'm understanding some, but I'm not understanding a lot of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just quote unquote mumble rap or I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just getting old, but I'm starting to. The beats are impeccable.
Yeah.
I'm digging all the beats, but then the guy get on there and get to going, and I'm like.
Especially when you're somebody that actually pays attention to lyrics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, the beat is dope, but it's like, it's just not.
And I don't want to have to end up eventually dumbing down my ear.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You
know? Oh, yeah. Because it's people I listen to, and I hear, like you say now, and I'm just like, what? Like, what is this song even about? Or you have a hook, and your verse, you rapping about something that has nothing to do with anything.
For example, when I first started hearing Young Thug, I'm like, man, I don't like him. But then some of his joints is rock, you know what I mean? He got decent beats, and I can hear some of what he's saying in the hook. So, of course, I'm in a thing. Now, mind you, I'm in a club or party scene where, you know, people start singing the words, and it's like, you know, I'm kind of mumbling myself or just humming it. But I just want to be able to, like you said, I'm 50, 60 years old, and my daughter, my son coming there playing something. I don't want to be like that old parent, like, what? Turn that on. Because by that time, it's not gonna be dope. It's gonna be ancient.
Right.
It's like somebody rapping about moonshine right now. You would never hear it.
But I think you make sense. But I think it's just gonna be another level of it.
The hustle is real.
Yeah,
that's never going away.
But my point is like now, I'm seeing you see these kids. They growing up in the suburbs, but they're talking like they still running around the projects, and they not from that. And you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted to develop from that, and not just specifically on that. I'm just saying I want more people to actually be talking about something to where that we're not raising an ignorant generation. Right. Because I think that's what we have produced now, a generation that's lost. Literally, like these kids they on social media 24/7. They killing each other. They doing dumb stuff on camera, and then they'll be in mid-conversation. They'll be like, oh, like my boy Boosie say, or like Thugger say, like so, and
taking it literal,
and they take it so literal, and they don't have the same sense. Like I can listen to a song, and it can be the most craziest song, but I'm not listening to it for that purposes.
For I can hear it. You listening for the entertainment.
Right, and I can hear I'm like, oh man, the way he flipped
You're looking at the art of
it. You know what I'm saying? But you got, like I said, like this, it's like they're taking this stuff Literally, like I heard this song that Yachty, or no, not Yachty. What's the other Lil Uzi?
One of the little something like that.
Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead. I'm like, what is this song about?
When I tell you that song concerns me,
It does.
that song concerns me.
I was listening to it not that long ago. I was like, what in the world?
What concerns me is Percocet, Molly Percocet. Dude, what?
Yeah.
What do you just? I mean, that's it. You know,
Chase a check.
that's the hook. So it just drills in your head.
Right.
If I don't know none of the verse, I know that much.
You know
so
that,
right.
My 2-year-old daughter might be trying to say that.
Right.
My kids.
So, as of now, you know, since we know kind of got a feel of where we want to see hip hop going, who y'all feeling right now? Like, who out there right now that you like? And now let's not talk about Jay-Z.
I'm about to say that was.
Well, no, I'm saying like some up and coming cats, some people that's probably not really getting that much play. And if you ain't got nobody, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? But y'all already know where I'm at with it.
I mean, like we were discussing earlier, Rhapsody. You know what I'm saying? She had dropped a new single out. And,
Pain.
Yeah, after I heard that, I just started listening to her music. I was at the track the other day. I just started listening. I'm like, man, this chick right here. Like,
That's a power.
See, I feel like Rod now. I feel like Rod because I posted about Rhapsody about
Yeah, you did.
about a year ago.
You did.
I've been on her for a whole, even before that. But I felt like okay, yeah, the fellas is ready.
Yeah. She
I think I heard crickets. Like
It happens. It happens.
Hey, you know, I'm not into following like celebrities. I don't care if you A, B, C, D, F, Z, right? I don't care. But I'm like, let me go follow her. I need to watch out for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine is y'all already know West Side Boogie Man. Like, not Boogie Man, but Boogie Man. You know what I'm saying? But dude is cold. Like, straight up. I think he has it. His lyrical content, what he's rapping about, the way that he's rapping about stuff that so many people have already rapped about, but his creativity around it, you know what I'm saying? I think what really saw me on him was the gang banging song he had called First Evergreen.
Right.
And he's talking about how no matter what he did or no matter how in the church he was, where he's from, no matter what you do, they still gonna gang bang.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's like, I'm not with it, but I'm with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, but I'm with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really get it, but I gotta be down because I'm with my cousin and they banging on him, and then eventually I'm gonna get pulled in. So it was just the way he did it. You know what I'm saying? But all everything he's dropped to me has just been fire. Like, I've listened to that dude 2 mixtapes with 3, and I'm talking front to back, not skipping a song.
Well, this is the dude that did Thirst 48. Right?
Thirst 48 too. Thirst 48.
Yeah, when you brought him on and I first listened to him, I was like, yes sir.
Put him
Yeah.
on. No, I'm just
And Jonah Lucas.
yeah.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah.
You know,
I was just about to say I ain't got nobody.
Yeah.
But I'm
Jordan.
going. Yeah.
That dude, he's different.
I'm going with Jordan too. I'm like, what was the last one? Jumanji?
Man.
Him and Busta, bruh.
Yeah.
Let me show you how to do when you rolling them dice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He did just
Busta's
that.
hey.
Yeah.
Them two.
Buster should have went first though.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Buster.
So yeah, man, R&B guy in LA. The boy's super nice. You know, I put him in that category of your Brysons, your Tory Lanez.
Okay.
But yo, this cat has I want to say 2, maybe 3 projects out. Do not sleep on this cat.
y'all still need to check out Jack Gary.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, I didn't told y'all, so don't.
No,
a year later,
I've been peeping.
And my brother just told me yesterday, listen to the dude named Calvin Harris.
yeah, he nice.
Okay,
He nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna check him out.
I've been jamming his new album all week.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
you know, yeah. He's shifting pop music. He's moving from that more towards dang it, like a West Coast funk kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? And he's nice.
Okay,
That's
I'm gonna check him out.
nice.
Well, somebody we know gonna be here for a minute, and this is gonna be our classic album. You know what I'm saying? To Pimp a Butterfly,
Yes, sir.
That
Yes,
guy.
sir.
Kendrick. Definitely a classic for me. The album cover alone just.
Right. Then you just find yourself just like scanning through, just like looking at everything.
Yeah.
Man, like it's wild. Like little dude right here, like that's powerful. Right there. That says a lot, man.
So man, this now for me, I'm gonna be honest. This is like my least favorite album, though.
Okay.
Not necessarily because of content, just as far as like I'm not gonna put it in and just jam.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
You
what
really
I'm
got
saying?
to be in that headspace.
Right.
You do.
Right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
So, but maybe King Kunta may be my favorite track off of this. Yeah, I'm gonna say King Kunta. Probably my favorite track.
King Kunta.
Well, I still remember the feeling I got at the end of that mug when I heard Tupac's voice coming that joint.
Yeah.
So one thing I love about Kendrick is how he can tie everything together.
Right.
Like it's amazing to me how he keeps that continuity with his album, man. I think it's really, really dope how he do that. How he does that. My favorite album on that, my favorite song on that. Let me see the band real quick, right? How much a dollar costs? That's a strong track.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Nick?
Oh, me. Let's flip it. Awesome album.
He's speechless.
It was a lot of hitters.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a bunch of like even though you gotta be in that headspace to listen to it, once you're there, like you know, you there.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I just really I did like the project only because I like B said I like how Kendrick puts things together.
Right.
I love how he puts it together and because of the continuity, it's kind of like everything pieces.
Right.
So you don't want to. I don't like pulling stuff out of his stuff.
Right.
Some people they only got hits on albums, so you know I can easily point at that out. That was a hit.
Right.
I like that, but
Yeah.
it all.
Yeah. Kendrick delivered, man. This is probably one of my favorite Kendrick albums, man. For me, favorite joint off here is what's up?
Total opposite.
Total opposite.
For me, man, These Walls. It's probably my favorite joint on here, man.
that video was dope.
That just made it 10 times better, man. Just the place where they placed it on the album, I thought it was just cool because everything was so political driven and just sonically everything was just in a different space, and then that was the record that kind of brought you back to like just this feel good music, but at the same time you're still dropping jewels on it. So yeah, for me, These Walls, and me and him always had this conversation too. Like I can listen to this anytime. I don't know if it's just I think we both appreciate the project, but I'm such a music lover. It's easy for me to even get in that headspace. Regardless of the genre of music, man, it's just easy for me to. It's like a light switch. I can just turn it on and just want to hear a body of work. So
but that's the thing. You gotta want to turn it on. Well, I would think for me, like I'm just not gonna want to turn it on unless I'm just like on that tilt.
Right.
Now, if it's on, I can easily jam it.
Yeah.
But like for me to be like, man, what I feel listen to? Be in my car.
Yeah.
That ain't no.
Yeah. Boy, you listen to what you said though. You in your car.
Boogie.
Yeah. But sometimes, like if I know I'm driving a nice little distance, I'll definitely throw on a good conceptual album.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely.
So. Yeah.
You know what I didn't understand with this album? I didn't understand the flack that he got for Black of the Berry. Because I'm just like, are people not listening to what he's saying? Like, I mean, I remember people picking out stuff like, he's like, I'm a proud monkey. I'm just like, man, that's sarcasm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I didn't understand, like, people, like, really, like, kind of going in, at least on some of the, like, the podcasts or video casts I saw.
Right.
Like, people really, like, picking at that. I'm just like, are y'all, like, y'all not listen to what Jay said? Did y'all listen to rap and you just skimmed through? I'm just like, what is it that y'all having an issue about, man? But I thought this was an excellent record. Again, like it's one of those records that for the time, it was perfect for the time, for everything that was going on.
Yeah.
I feel like records like this is why we're at where we're at as black people.
True.
With as far as like loving ourselves more, getting to a place where we're loving our fellows man more, just loving being black. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this record aided in us I think just getting to like another level of appreciating and loving ourselves, man. So I think this record has a lot more impact than what people think.
For sure.
It's real.
Sure.
Well, hey, another episode, man. Straight hip. This was a straight hip hop episode. You know what I'm saying? Just so y'all can know us more, where we come from as far as the music and our standpoint. So, and over time,
That's my hood.
yes. Mine too. Over time, though, you're gonna definitely get to know us more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure we got a lot more stories. we
And
all
soon-
got a lot more stories.
Soon there will be a top 5 episode. We're
ready.
discussing all our top 5s. 'Cause that's gonna take an episode in itself.
Man,
that's gonna be
Yeah, y'all may not
Yeah.
get, y'all probably won't even get a classic album review because
Yeah, we'll be the cover there.
it's gonna be insane.
So,
Dylan.
So y'all already know, man. King's Table on
King's
Instagram
Table.
with a Y. That's Kings with a Y, man. On Instagram, follow us. You know, like we said, the link should be somewhere down here in this area. So, you know, thank y'all for tuning in, man. We'll be back next week. All right.
All right, peace.